Right now we're in the base camp of the mission that we've set up. We're on the property that once used to be the smoker's house, and right as soon as we got here, we cleaned off the property, hauled the rubble away, and started to set up a perimeter between us and the general population. The problem isn't so much theft and even really crime. The problem is crowd control. So what we did is we have set up this perimeter fence all the way around us that basically just keeps people's eyes away. It really wouldn't stand up to any kind of an attack. So, but with that separation, we've been able to set up our own personal little tents that we got. And this is an example of a place that we had donated to us. And while that's all well and good, it really wouldn't stand up to any kind of a force of nature. It would be good for another earthquake, which we've had aftershocks here over the past 4 weeks, but it really wouldn't stand up to any other forces, like, for example, a really hard rain or even a hurricane, which we're expecting later on in the year. So what we did is we had this perimeter set up. Once we had the perimeter set up, we were able to build a building with funds that you donated from Kosciuszko County, like the one behind me, or specifically the one behind me. I'll take you on a tour of it a little later, but it's just an example of how your donations and your input from Kosciuszko County has made a difference right here in Carrefour, just miles from the epicenter. Absolute and total devastation. Well, in turn, what happened is that we were able to, because we had this perimeter set up, we were actually approached by the German government, and they donated a water filtering system. I think two or 3 days after we had the perimeter set up, simply for crowd control. So the Germans came along and donated a filter, and using the existing well right here, we've got that plugged into the filtering system. See the German flag here? That runs back over to these canisters that we have. And then once again, from those canisters, the water runs out through the wall and down into the crowd, where people go line up sometimes for hours for fresh water, and clean water. So this is a direct way that your funds and your donations have made a difference here in Carrefour.